Edward was very excited. Sir Topham Hatt had sent him to take special guests to Mrs. Kindly's wedding. "This is very exciting," he told his driver. His driver chuckled. "Steady, old boy. We don't want your crank pins cracking again." Edward shuddered at that memory, but pushed that aside anyway. Soon, when he reached the station, he had a nasty surprise. There, on the track next to him, was a diesel. The same diesel that had came here once and sucked an inspector's bowler hat into his air intake. The diesel's name was 40, and he sniffed when he saw Edward. "I say, this railway would be getting any better if you relics would be gone sooner or later." "Besides that," interrupted Edward, "whatever are you doing back here?" "Your little green caterpillar has been getting himself into a lot of accidents with the mail recently, so I am to cover for him until he gets better. If not, I'll stay as the engine who takes the mail every now and then." "Mustn't Donald, toodles." Edward was worried. Later, when Percy found the good luck package, it arrived with the guest. Everyone was happy. As the church bells rang, the party began. Even old slow coach was surprised by the attention the guests gave her. The party soon stopped after Sir Topham Hatt gave the announcement. "Something old, something new, something borrowed, and something blue, all found by Percy and his crew." Everyone cheered. So did Edward, but he was still worried. "I hope the diesel isn't getting himself into trouble soon," he thought to himself. Fortunately, 40 wasn't. That night, he proved himself a real useful mail runner for the night. He soon became more boastful than ever. "Pride of the line! Pride of the line!" he chortled to himself. The other engines only ignored him, and he was crossed by that. Then one night, 40 came to a sudden stop all of a sudden. Ahead was a red signal. "Oh, grease and oil," spluttered the diesel in fury. "Don't they know I have a schedule to keep?" "There aren't that many red signals on the main line," said the driver suspiciously. "I'll stop by at the signal box and see what's happening." "Oh, but do hurry up," called the 40, as his driver walked up to the nearest signal box. Soon 40 was left all alone. He didn't mind, though. The owl didn't frighten him one bit. "Go fly out somewhere else," he spluttered. For a little while, he had just drifted himself to sleep when all of a sudden, he felt himself began to move. "Oh, back so soon? Oh," he yawned. "What did the signalman say?" There was no reply. The diesel grew nervous. Hello?" "Oi, keep it down," shouted a voice. "We're robbers, none of your business." The diesel gasped. "Oh no," he cried. "I've been hijacked. There are robbers on board me. Oh, help!" But his words fell on deaf ears. He rocketed down the main line at top speed. Meanwhile, Edward was puffing along the same line. He was humming to himself when all of a sudden, the diesel screeched past. "Out of control!" Edward could see he was in trouble and knew just what to do. His driver threw the regulator and his wheels whirled like the wind. He managed to overtake 40 and pull right in front of him. Look out! Ouch! Cried Edward, and he braked as hard as he could. The runaway came to a sudden crawl. Whew! Wheezed Edward. You've done it yet again, Edward, chuckled his driver. Then he heard a commotion. Some figures was running out of the mail vans. Hey, he shouted, stop right there! But it was too late. They were already gone. Botheration, grunted the diesel. The mail has surely been stolen now. You're welcome, chuckled Edward. The diesel just fumed. Just then, Harold buzzed by. Tally-ho, chaps, he called. Thieves on the loose. Not to worry. Yes, said a voice. Not to worry indeed. The diesel quivered. No, go away, robbers. Please, he cried. Robber? The voice boomed. I beg your pardon? It was Sir Topham Hatt. Well done, Edward. But sir, cried Edward, what about the thieves will be taken care of soon, thanks to Harold. You've done a marvelous job stopping them on their tracks. You've also prevented the great train robbery. Edward chuckled, and 40 just looked down at his buffers. Soon it was time for 40 to leave. Good riddance, he muttered, but as he passed by Edward, he gave him an assuring toot. Edward wasn't sure, but he could have sworn that was the diesel's way of saying thank you.